Great.
Okay, just tweak it up a small bit there for you. Okay, so congratulations on becoming certified hypnotist with the National Guild of Hypnotists. So any comments or any thoughts on your experience with the course and the training?
Well, in my case, I came here because I wanted to learn hypnosis. Well, you know that I studied in the past NLP,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was a kind of a complementary thing to do to learn hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I really shocked me is that when I came here, when I was talking to you at the beginning, is that I had so many misconceptions about hypnosis, and I learned that what hypnosis is really about,
Mm-hmm.
because I had this kind of probably from the movies, and
Sure.
that you, by looking at people's eyes, you can get into trance, or all these kind of funny things that I had myself, and that I think so many people still have.
Mm-hmm.
But I went through that, and I really learned going through your training
Mhm.
what hypnosis is really about. It's a process, some techniques that you had to learn,
Mhm.
and I can see myself maybe going through that route,
The path, sure.
professionally.
Yeah, excellent. Michael, what was your main purpose or reason for?
I just emulate everything David said, but I was interested always in hypnosis, but I wanted to know how to do it, and I
Sure.
also wanted to know how it worked,
Yeah.
and also if it was a possibility, I wanted to give up smoking, which I did thanks to you as well. So,
Yeah.
but my main objective was to understand how it worked and to be able to have the confidence, I think, to be able to go and do
Apply
it.
it
I mean,
afterwards,
you know, I had theory on how to do it, but
Yeah.
it's a whole different thing to.
So having gone through the training, what, from your initial perspective and your experience of having gone through the training, what's your understanding now about hypnosis and how you can take that forward? And
Oh, I mean, I think doing this course, that, I mean, in going forward and say using hypnosis that you have absolute confidence in your ability to hypnotize, which is so important, you know.
Sure.
That you say that, and absolute confidence in your ability of what you're going to do, and that it will be successful. So it was completely comprehensive in explaining it. I'd always want to know how things work,
Sure.
and explaining all that, and in a practical, giving you the tools to use.
I agree with you, because well, you can. I mean, these days you can get a book on hypnosis everywhere,
Absolutely,
online or
yeah.
everywhere. You can buy. I've heard some people even training themselves on their own just by reading a book. But what's missing, in my opinion, is that practical part, seeing that done in front of you, getting it done to you, and seeing that done in front of you to another person, and having the feedback from that person to you, how he or she experienced that.
And then
That's
doing it yourself.
that in my opinion is very important for, in my opinion, to really understand that it works.
Yeah,
because
absolutely,
you don't have that
yeah.
feedback from a book.
Yeah, yeah. And you found that as we were going through the training, because we can take a personal approach and address any questions that you may have, you know, probably brings to a better level of understanding how to hypnotize, and not only that, but be able to work with subjects within the hypnotic state. So as part of the training, we incorporate, we'd say, addressing issues that you would like to benefit from by applying hypnosis. Can you speak a little bit about how you used hypnosis and how you benefited from what you've learned during the training?
Well, in my case, I've been working on myself with self-hypnosis, so I can feel the benefits of that on myself, because I've kind of experienced more confidence in myself that I've been working on my wife as well. So I managed to help her in different issues. I remember I told you she was having an exam, and we worked on that before, just the day before she was having the exam. And she told me very excited this very day that when we got the exam, it was actually 5 exams. So when she finished the second one, she called me very excited, because she had the feeling of all the knowledge coming to her head very like never before had happened. And we related that to the session we had the day before.
Right. So
that was a very big success for
excellent,
me.
excellent. And Michael, obviously we worked on
Yeah,
your-
the smoking, which was fantastic, but I think as well, on top of that, I mean, in learning, anyone who's interested in learning how to truly relax, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely,
And
yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
in the modern day, you know,
Yeah.
of stresses and strains that, I mean, even for someone to say he wasn't interested in being a professional hypnotist, that anyone who would be interested in doing a course like this would benefit like truly from just learning like the relaxation and the hypnosis, self-hypnosis techniques that can be, would benefit anyone.
Was it something that you found easy to do then? In other words, do you think everybody would be able to learn this process and apply it?
Absolutely, if there was the right teaching, no doubt.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
no doubt. I mean, this is it. I mean, really, no question was left unanswered to us, was it? And we asked you lots of questions. You know? You really
Yeah.
did, you know.
Yeah.
So
Picking your brains all the time about
Yeah.
different doubts that we had myself and himself and even Marion, she's not present here, and you kind of give us a good insight of all the techniques and the approaches, different approaches to get the same result or kind of similar result. Yeah.
and I would say with smoking as well. I mean, I've tried lots of other methods, etc., and it really opened my eyes to what was going
Excellent.
on there. You
Yeah.
know, so.
So, what was it then about the NGH that appealed to you most when making the decision? First of all, we say, I presume you did some research in advance before committing to doing a program. So, what was it then about the NGH from your own personal research that you made that choice?
Well, in my case, I was when I decided that I wanted to learn hypnosis was 6 months ago or something that I was researching. So there were different persons offering these services, and I came across your website on the internet, and I was looking through your website, and I considered that it was a very professional website, and you had many testimonials. We are going to be offering those.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that made me think that you were kind of somebody we could trust.
Yeah.
I could trust
Yeah.
myself in that case, and kind of I live here in Galway, so since you were going to give the training here, it was very handy for me.
Sure, absolutely. And Mike, your thoughts on why you selected the NGH? And
Yeah, I had emailed, actually, I remembered from being younger, I remember Tony Sadar from the TV, and people would mention him often in the media and stuff as regards to it. So I actually emailed him, and he told me then he was retired, but he recommended you.
Okay.
And so then, no more than a day ago, I checked out your website and testimonial, and
excellent.
I looked around, and I went from there, really, you know.
So moving forward, then, what are your plans? What are your goals with your new certification, and what do you intend to do?
As you know, I'm going to be moving back to Spain maybe next month or in a couple of months. Start working on that, and maybe could go, depends on the result that I had, go change careers and start devoting myself to that.
I suppose that's one of the added benefits of being an NGH member, that it gives you the option of, say, pursuing things professionally, but it also offers the ability to avail of other advanced speciality training and programs. And I'm sure if people are watching, there are links on wherever this video is being played, that they can find the links where other information related to the NGH training can be found. So that's your plan to transition into maybe using hypnosis professional moving forward?
Yes, because that's something that I find very fulfilling, to be able to help people.
Help people, absolutely.
People have some different issues, such as limiting beliefs or kind of phobias or any different issues. So you can help them. You can see they are doing better. That's something that I consider to be very fulfilling.
Excellent.
More than some other things.
Yeah. And Mike, you're...
I tend to, just to keep, but I think what you do discover is that, like, you learn everything here, but you learn that you can keep learning forever. It really gives you the resource to keep going forward and learning more and more and more. So I'm just going to keep it up and keep up membership of the NGH. I mean, at the moment, a full-time work. So
Yeah.
but I intend to keep using it with friends, acquaintances,
And absolutely,
family,
and
you know,
and
as I have been, and using it all the time for anyone who would like. And then, I mean, in the future, who knows?
Excellent.
But,
And
but,
it's-
but,
it's
but to
like-
keep up education.
And it's at your
training,
discretion,
so.
really. There's no
Yeah.
obligation, right, to to pursue it professionally
Absolutely,
afterwards.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
entirely up to yourself.
And it wasn't
what
my
way.
intention coming in, but I
Yeah.
would have more an interest now, I think, you know,
Yeah.
in doing it maybe,
Yeah.
you know, on a
Even
part-time
if you
basis.
don't want
yeah.
to go professional, you
Mhm.
can. It's just a good tool to have for yourself.
Absolutely.
Because
yeah,
we have been talking about in the last few weeks that nobody is taught about how to use their brain.
Yeah.
And hypnosis is kind of a good way to work on yourself. About you can work on other people.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like it was a benefit that I don't think anyone, well, I didn't come looking for, in the fact that how it would improve your own life and your own outlook on
Yeah.
life, you know, and it changed your perception of a lot of things, you know. So
was there-
which you didn't look for, but
Yeah.
was an absolute benefit.
So was there any particular highlight from the training that stands out to you?
Well, as we mentioned, the feedback from you, and
Mhm.
we were able to keep talking to you about different techniques and
Mhm.
things and many doubts that we had.
Mhm.
So, and you kind of put it very clear in clear words, so we will be able to understand what we were doing wrong at the beginning and all these kind of
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
And that's good because that's a way to kind of improve and learn.
Absolutely.
You have doubts,
Mhm.
they'll resolve, and you can see where
Progress.
you're making your mistakes
Yeah, and
progress.
advance and progress from there. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
some of the demonstrations you did for us were very impressive. Say when we came first, and then
The wolf trap.
yeah, of course, yeah, and then being able to go and do these things yourself
Yeah.
was a real. Like, was the first to look and go like that's impressive. That impresses me. But then to be able to go and say, and now I can do this with confidence as
Yeah,
well. Was
absolutely.
that's the highlight
The
I would
very-
think
the
for
very
me.
first time, I remember the very first time you hypnotized me in front of them, he was really impressed. He told me that before.
Oh, he was,
after that.
yeah, yeah.
And I was myself when I saw him.
Yeah.
And you transfer the power to Marion. He was on cue. He was kind
Yeah.
of falling
Yeah.
asleep. And that was very
That's
impressive.
right.
Yeah.
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 That is, I mean, and then to be able to do that yourself is
Mhm.
it's a really, I would say that's a highlight, because I mean to see that up close and
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you've seen things on TV
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever you see,
That's-
but to see
That's
just
the way. That's the way
just-
you really learn.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So
Yeah.
you see that things are getting done in front of you. You are able to do them yourself.
Mhm.
That's when you think, I'm doing this. It's me doing this. So
Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Excellent. So, listen, gentlemen, Mike, Diego, I wish you every success in the future.
Thanks,
and,
Martin. So-
same to you, Mike. Martin. Mike,
Thank you very much.
we'll edit that bit out. So, again, as I say, I wish you every success in the future, and whatever way you wish or choose to use hypnosis or apply hypnosis. I look forward to hearing more about the good work that you do. So until then, this is Martin Kiely saying goodbye for now. Thanks for watching.